Hello guys, welcome back to Let's Go Fire Together. This can be used generally, but mainly this is directed for my Boilers team. Today we lost 3-1, but with the heads cooled and after the storm, when I think about it, I'm proud of you guys. And I told you guys then, I feel like we defended good. We had some mistakes that we will fix. You guys gotta remember, we only trained once. We had one training session, and that's it. So all we can do is get better, okay? I would tell you this though. The things I didn't like is a couple times our double pivots, especially in the first half during those 2 goals. We were not covering the guys that were making runs in these spaces. Most of the time, we were either here or too deep in here, and they had guys right here for the first goal, I believe. They have a guy crossing over here. I told our right back during the game, and I told the whole team, the way we need to defend is to be between the opponent and the goal and not try to get on his side like this to beat him. So we need to just make sure he cannot cross the ball. If we know he's trying to go this way, we need to get here so that way he can turn and go on the other way, and then we can just try to either win the ball or just keep him there while we get some help from either our right wing or our DM. Our DM. If our right wing doesn't come back, this DM needs to go here, and the cam needs to come and pick up this guy. Now, if from here they swing the ball all the way over here and they take a shot from that distance and score, so be it. But if we do this better, if our wingers track back, and remember guys, when our wingers track back, so if our winger comes back here and our cam is over here with this guy, what I need is from my striker to come over this way and the left winger to come all the way to the center. The moment we don't have the ball, we need to look like we have 2 strikers. We need to have 2 strikers. The opposing winger needs to come over this way. Okay, I don't want you buried over here following the the right back of the other team. I want you up here so their defense doesn't come and try to just, go up. Because if all we have is this guy here and everybody else is running back, then they can mark him with 2 guys, and the left back, the right back, the DM, everybody can go up because they have 2 guys on him and they feel pretty safe. I would feel pretty safe. If they only had 1 attacker up top and nobody else was coming to try to preoccupy my defenders, I would feel pretty safe to just tell you guys, okay, my 2 center backs stay with the attacker, everybody else go up and attack, keep pressure and all that stuff. Which is essentially what we will play. Eventually we will be as crazy as an Atalanta team on playing, 1v1 against Liverpool. It will pay off sometimes, and sometimes we're gonna get our butts kicked. But when we do get our butts kicked, I want us to die doing the stuff that we want to do. I don't want us to die or lose. When I say die, I mean lose, obviously. I don't mean like get depressed and die. I just mean I want us to lose doing what we want to do. I hope that makes sense. And I will drill it to you guys in training. I promise you that. I promise you that. I will do my best to teach you guys how to do the things. But I need you guys to listen. I need you guys to watch these videos so you understand what we done wrong. So on the first goal, we were defending wrong. Our right back was defending wrong, but he was also defending wrong because he was by himself. He was by himself for a full 30 seconds. No one came to help. The guy got the cross, and the target man got the goal. On the second goal, there was no one here. There's no DMs on this area. And these guys just done whatever they wanted. I spoke to the left DM, same thing. We're not marking the right area. We're trying to defend from the outside. We need to defend from the inside. I know it's hard for you guys that are, well, actually, I think most of the team is right-footed, if not all of you. And it's really hard to defend because what you want to do is when you defend, you want to run this way so that way you can try to poke at it with your right foot. Or if you slide tackle, you're going to slide tackle with your right foot, and then you can just hit the ball instead of like going this way and try to play it with your left. But if you position yourself right, you can defend that with your right. But ideally, we're going to be able to use our left too. But I will teach you guys that. I will teach you guys how to position yourself. When you hear me saying not to dance with them or to stay on your feet, I don't mean to just like stand there, and I'll teach you that. I mean that you have to position yourself in a way that you can control the situation. It doesn't mean win the ball, it just means delay it. They can stay here and they can go one way, they can do another, they can go do step overs, they can do all kinds of stuff. They can do rainbow flick, catch it again, juggle it, do another one. It doesn't matter. But we stay in front of them. We stay in front of them so they don't have that opportunity to make that pass, because our cam is out here, our DM is defending from the outside, this guy's open in here, this guy's are too wide, and by the time we get close to him, he just goes ahead and takes his shot. I want you guys to be proud of how good you played for only having one session. I want you guys also to remember that during the game, we actually had, for the second half, if you guys remember, we changed the picture. We played with 2 strikers, the cam, 3 midfielders, almost a 4-3-3, but it's really a 4-3-1-2. And again, that's just a change I made on the fly, and I'll do that a lot to you guys. But we'll get better because once we understand what we're doing, we'll be able to change the formation on the fly. We should be able to have different formations during the game, just even based on the situation. But that worked on the second half for a long time because we created more options than they did. We almost scored a couple times. We had a long shot where we were attacking this way, but just remember, we had a long shot from outside the box that if we would have passed it, we probably would have created better. We had a couple of times where we just made the wrong pass to the wrong option. There was a time where we just missed the one-on-one. And that's all right. That's why I told you guys, I want you guys to take those chances, take those misses. But then we need to analyze, we need to think, and then we need to realize that if we have, like on that situation, where we passed to the guy, we had a guy out here, and then when we passed it, he was offside. But we had 3 guys about here on this zone that could have got a ball. And yes, there were defenders there, but they were like 3-on-2. So we could have passed the ball here and have them try to take their man on or combine, which again, we will work on combining better. But those are the things I want you guys to realize, that we made some mistakes on attack and taking the wrong option. And defensively, we didn't cover ourselves with glory either. And that's why we lost this game. But we will get better as long as we understand what we've done wrong. We do not bury our heads in the sand, and we actually use every single moment in our game to get better. Another thing I'm gonna demand from you guys in training, you hear me say a lot that you train the way you play. When you guys were training, I was honestly concerned because it was kind of like we didn't even know what we were doing. But then we get to the game, and I was pleasantly surprised because we were doing, especially in the first half before we got gassed out, because we only had 1 sub. Again, if we want to take excuses, we have a lot of excuses, but I'm not one to take excuses, and you guys will find that out. I told you guys during practice, remember? It's like if you want to fight, if you're getting hit a lot, then at least cover yourself. And the way you cover yourself is by closing this space. Close this space here. Have one of these guys come in here and help in the midfield. And maybe we even look more like this to make sure these guys don't go here, and we put 2 strikers up there. But again, those are things that we will learn as we go. I promise you we will. Or even like this, to be able to control our situation in the midfield. Put the fires out before they even get there. But you guys did really good. You really did. And I'm really proud of that. But I want to remember this and go forward and get better. On the goal kicks, we did good. Taking the ball and passing it from our goalie to our center back, take it out to the right back. This guy, the DMs, we didn't move a whole lot, okay? But it's okay because it's a new formation, and I get it. It's the first time playing 11v11, but this is what I want to see. Remember, so we can combine here, and then from here push it out to the wing and challenge. But by the time the ball is here, this guy's here and this guy is already gone, and we're attacking with a lot. The way we look so flat is because the winger was not supporting that attack, and if it was supporting that attack, it was too wide. If we cannot cross a ball all the way over, which none of us can, then let us combine in short spaces. But remember what I told you guys, without passing the defender too. So we make passes about 15 to 20 yards away, so we can, from here, just drop back to our camp, and our camp put a ball through, and this guy can just set it in for a tap-in practically. We will get better at that. We will get better at combining like that. But I need you guys to trust me, and more than anything, I need you to trust yourself. I'm not a good coach just because I have a couple certificates or anything like that. I'm a good coach because I believe myself to be a good coach, and I believe that about myself. So I need you guys to believe that you guys are good players, that you guys are bowlers. And I told you guys, I'm going to treat you like professionals, but I'm going to demand that you behave like professionals. Excuse me. I'm going to demand that you give 100% on the training sessions. 100%. This is what we're going to be working on next week. Please pay attention to this. On the goal kicks, we're going to work that once the ball comes to the center back, to try to make what's called an S passing form. So from here, we're going to try to go to our 8, then to our 6, then to the 10, and then from there, build it out. Because by the time you get here, you should be able to pass to this guy, and this guy will be up here. And we're attacking with 4. If you guys actually do this right, you'll get past our 2 strikers, 3 midfielders, and by the time you get back here, you guys are on a 5v4, and that's if none of these guys join up, which this guy should be running up, this guy should be supporting too. And then the rest of you just shape up in a way that doesn't allow us to get cut open. Remember, what you cover in mainly is the central. So the moment we start attacking, everybody else flares out like a funnel, okay, when we are attacking. But the defenders need to close in once the attackers are going up like so, the defenders close in. So again, like a funnel, if we are attacking, we stay open, okay, and we take advantage of the spaces. But if we lose the ball, or when we lose the ball, because this is a game of transition, I want you guys to understand that, because it looks like we lose the ball and everybody's like, oh man, what do we do now? We need to run back and defend the ball. But if the defense is doing the right thing, we will bottleneck the attacking opposition, because we will be positioned in a way that they cannot go through the middle. They will have to go through the outside, and we can run with them. And like I said, delay it, keep it outside. But by then, my DM needs to come and support, or my cam needs to come and support, or my left wing needs to come and support if it's on this side. If it's on this side, it's my right wing. And yes, it's going to be exhausting because we don't have any subs, or we don't have that many subs. But it also means you guys have more game time. So again, we can't complain, because if we had 9 subs, then we'll be complaining that it takes everything out of the game because you put too many kids on and everybody forgets where they were going or who they were marking or the position. There's excuses for everything, okay? So I will not make you guys excuses, and I will not give you guys excuses. So again, we're gonna be working on this. Now when it's on the other side, all right, you position yourself the other way. So if my goalie goes to my left center back, then my right, we're gonna position about here, and my right DM will come to the ball here, while this guy gets open this way. So we can call it zigzagging or S, whatever you call it. It's called an S, but if you want to call it a zigzag, whatever. But position yourself that way. What I don't want is for this guy to stay here, this guy to stay here, and for you guys to expect to go this way, and then back this way and this way, because it needs to move diagonally. And I know everybody says, oh, don't pass through the middle, don't pass through the middle. If we're good enough, we can. Okay? Because if we just keep going to the outside, it's the safest thing, because worst case scenario, we lose the ball and we give away a corner, or we give away a throw-in. But we can go through the outside, we can go through the middle with the S passing shape, or eventually we're able to just drop it in, pass it in, drop it back to our center back, and then from our center back go back outside. Or from our center back, skip the lines and pass all the way to the 10, and then we go from there. We will work on those things, okay? We will work on that S formation. So if it goes here, this guy drops in, but again, you start here, and then you move into the space. Now, if there is attackers here, and those passes aren't on, then we will take our space and then go to the side and take that from the side. But we need to decide what is better for us. I need you guys to decide what's better for you. I will I will instruct a lot during practice. During the games, you will see me like you did today. Just kind of sitting there, taking notes and taking it in and trying to understand. And I know it looks emotionless and it looks cold, but that is how I work, so that I can help you guys. Because I'm there yelling and going crazy and telling you to pass here and to drop in here and everybody how to move, then you guys have no idea what you're doing. All you're going to do is this and wait for me to tell you the next thing, so then you know what to do and you know where to go. And that's not what I want. That's not what I want. I want you guys to be smart. I want you guys to see the game. And I will teach you how to see the game based on this. Okay? Every professional player, for every hour they play, they watch 2 hours of this crap. This is the boring stuff about it. But you guys need to do it if you expect to play good. And I want you guys to, and I know you guys can play good. So that's what we want to work on the S. So if it passes here, this guy drops in. As soon as this guy drops in, this guy moves. And this guy goes this way. And then from here, we take it on. Or pass it. And then from there, drop it to this guy. And then from here, go out. And go from there. Build it out from there. Or go to the 10. So this is why I need my midfielders to be very, very intelligent in a way that if you see this guy going up here and this guy is going up trying to attack, which is what I want him to do, I want my other attacking winger to start taking a more central position, because remember, we're not really good at sending 60-yard passes, and that's understandable. We're only 10, 11 years old, 12 years old. That's fine. What I don't want is for this guy to stay over here or start running up, and all of a sudden you guys just leave this guy alone. This guys are getting out of shape. These guys come up. We lose the ball here, and now we go in with a 4-3 because we just bypassed them, but we lose the ball, and now we're out of shape because this guy didn't tuck in. As soon as the ball goes, everybody tucks in, and everybody follows in together. Everybody shifts together, and the lines stay together this way. When you can see the lines in here, hopefully in the video, what I don't want is to see a bunch of space in here open. And that's what we were doing today to ourselves. So what I want is, again, this guy shift in. The DM still a support for this guy. This guy can start going into attack, but my cam needs to come in here to offer another passing option. So that way this guy has 3 passing options. If we get him 3 passing options, that means they need three defenders to be able, they will need the striker to run back, which if we move the ball fast enough, the striker and the wingers will be out of play by the time we get out here. So that means they will need to have one of their DMs or their cam and the right back to come in here. And if the right back comes in here, that means the space is in behind. Because if they're playing with a back 4, even if they do shifts correctly, there will be space here for us to take a long ball over. And by then, we have our left defensive midfielder attacking along with the winger. And it's a 3v3. It's a numbers game. All you need to know is how to count to 10. That's all you need to know. How to count to 10 on both sides of the team. And most of the time you need to count to 10. You just need to know if you are in here with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 against 5 or 6 defenders to come and try to take, let's just say 6 guys try to overload this area of the field, then that means there's only 4 defending the rest of the field. And if we got 3 guys in an attacking position and we can control the ball here, that's why we do a lot of rondos, so we can get good at passing the ball on short spaces, because we are not good at switching the play with a 60-yard pass or 40-yard pass. That is why we do this. So when we do the rondos, I want you guys to give 100% at making a good decision and moving. And that's what it's about. It's about making good decisions, just like in your life. It's going to be about making good decisions. Because like in life, and the more good decisions you make, the better your life it is. The more regrettable decisions you make, the more you're going to struggle. And you will learn that as you grow. I'm not your parent, but I will tell you that. You'll struggle if you make a lot of regrettable decisions. You may not think it now, it may not catch on you for a long time, but eventually you'll be like, oh man, I shouldn't have done that for 20 years. All right? Just trust me on it. Trust your parents on those advice like that. But anyway, I know it's a lot, but I want you guys to take that in. Okay? We're gonna work on the S shape and the movement of the two DMs and the cam. The shifting of our wingers and our left back. I mean our left or right back. So our fullbacks. That's what they call when they're talking about plural. So the movement of our fullbacks on shifting in to taking central positions where we don't have the ball. So I mean when we have the ball, so that way when we have the ball, if we're attacking, say like once we start going here, then everybody can start taking more positions like so if we are attacking. But this guys will shape up like this, because this guy will go out to try to beat the drop for the 9, and this guy would take more like a cam position, where this guy becomes almost a defensive midfielder, in the sense that the moment we lose the ball, then these 2 guys are here to protect it, while my 3 defenders, my left back, my 2 center backs are here to again bottleneck that attack. Because by the time we get here, we can start funneling out a little bit, and we can start making passes in between the half spaces. Another concept that you guys will learn, or you guys are going to hear me say a lot, and I will teach you a lot about the half spaces and the 3rd man or even the 4th man. And you will find that, okay? You will grow into that, you will learn that, and we'll start executing things like that. We're going to be so beautiful to watch. It's going to be like, I don't know, it's going to be gorgeous. You just need to trust me, you need to work hard, okay? But this is what I want to see. When we are attacking, we funnel out on attack, but the defense centers in so we can bottleneck their attack. Because worst case scenario, we'll lose the ball here, they send it, and then this guy can come while everybody else holds back with the runners and obviously take the positions that they need, but at the same time delay the attacks. Instead of being like this with 2 center backs and this guy here, which is a lot of what we were doing today, like so, and my DMs, my 2 DMs were either up too high or they were too far away from the play. So my left DM would be out here, and if this guy lost the ball, or once we lost the ball on attack, this guy was out and he was just trying to run back, but without getting there to the on time. And by the time this guy shift in, then there was a lot of space in here because our fullbacks are not tracking in, and our other DM is not following the play in a way that it protects us. Okay? And that's what we're gonna work on. You just trust me and work hard on practice. Because if we don't work hard on practice, we will not get better on the field. I promise you that. All right? I hope to see you guys on Tuesday. Until then,